Hey guys, welcome back. Today we have a fun project. We are working on the mini DLG glider from Hobby King. I picked this glider up from my brother. It came to me with some cracks running through the fuselage boom right behind the pod. So we're going to get those repaired and see if we can't get it back in the air and flying. I was able to get online and find the old user's manual and setup instructions so I know what I'm doing, hopefully. So step one was disassembly, getting the um, getting the servos clear of the control wires so that I could get the pod off, and then I would be able to work on the broken section of the glider. As you can see, there's all those white string wrapped around and glued in place. That was a previous owner's attempt, but I'm going to be using this carbon fiber 12K filament tow line. It's super lightweight, so I don't have to worry about it weighing down my glider, so I can use as much of it as I need, and it should do an amazing job of holding everything together. And one nice thing about it is it really takes CA glue well. I'm able to put a dab of CA glue on the boom itself, and then lay the filament over top of it and start wrapping, and the glue just wicks right in there. Remember, always make sure that the glue is clear and the tip of the glue bottle, so keep some pins handy. So I started a little bit back from where the cracks ended on the boom. I wanted to make sure I really reinforced the glider so that no further cracks would happen. And I wrapped all the way from there up to where the first bolt is that holds the wing in place. At that point, I decided to put a stretch of the filament and just kind of cross hatch it over, back and forth across the bolt to really make sure that was broken or kept from breaking. There were some points around that bolt where it looked like it was coming through the carbon fiber. So the carbon fiber thread is extremely light, but it does tend to get a little bulky. So there I'm just making sure that I have enough clearance on the fuselage pod to still get around any carbon fiber filament I lay down. And the nice thing is I was able to tack down the start of the filament, run a bunch of wraps, tack down the end, and then I could just basically pour the CA glue over the rest of it, and it would fill in all around. For replacing the pushrod guides, I'm using a bit of 1mm heat shrink tube, melting that down to its half mil finish size and gluing that in place, and that made for a perfect replacement. And then, of course, make sure your servos are centered before you screw them in place, especially after you've taken them apart to do any adjustments. And there we have it. Everything fits. Everything is ready to go. We are ready for a re-maiden. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, please hit that like and subscribe buttons. And check out the new podcast I'm a part of, RC Lawn Chair Pilots. You can find us here on YouTube by that name, as well as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And you can even find us on all your favorite podcasting apps. Thank you,